Investigate the murder of 19-year-old Dustin Rose and 18-year-old Samson Campbell. Under arrest and charged with second-degree murder is 17-year-old Keon Rundle, and now police believe they may have a motive. Police say that confidential sources have said that Rose and Campbell arranged to meet Rundle to buy marijuana, but allegedly attempted to rob him at gunpoint. Rundle is then believed to have pulled out his own gun and shot the two teens. Fox 35 spoke to law enforcement expert James Copenhaver.
More importantly, did these individuals tell anyone else after that conversation, which would potentially move the needle if you're working this from a defense angle or even from the government's angle?
Rundle's father, Dachon Etkins, was arrested and charged with accessory after the fact for helping his son conceal evidence and evade police. Rundle is charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder and is currently being held without bond. Steve Giordano is running for mayor in Port St. Lucie, and recently he discovered someone stealing his campaign signs. It appears the culprit is none other than the husband of the incumbent mayor, Shannon Martin, a lieutenant in the Port St. Lucie Police Department. CBS 12 News released cell phone footage captured by an outraged Giordano.
Your sign's not going.
Put my fucking sign back.
You need police. We're in the corner of LaRosso.
I got the lieutenant of the Port St. Lucie Police Department vandalizing my sign.
The Port St. Lucie Police Department says it is investigating the claims and that the investigation remains active. A K-9 deputy injured in Thursday's shooting in Kathleen is now expected to lose a leg and be forced into retirement. Reports indicate the Wiltz Family Trust is covering the medical expenses for Ace and will also pick up the cost of a replacement K-9 deputy. Early voting is getting underway across Florida ahead of the August 18th primary. The statewide early voting period begins Saturday and runs through August 15th. Although some counties have already opened their polls, voters can check with their local elections office for polling locations and times. With Florida's News, I'm Tim Adkins.
Going on 275 southbound in St. Pete, you're going to see the off-ramp for 54th Avenue North shut down with construction. Plan to divert using Gandy Boulevard or 38th Avenue North as your alternate exits. Also in downtown Tampa, northbound Florida Avenue at Henderson Avenue, 2 left lanes are blocked with construction. Then after you get through that, also on northbound Florida Avenue by Dr. King Jr. Boulevard, the 2 right lanes are blocked with more road work. Steve Foster, News Radio WFLA.
As we settle back into our normal rainy season pattern, you can expect a dry start to the day. A partly cloudy sky building in as the day goes on with highs near normal around 91 degrees for downtown Tampa. By the early mid-afternoon, scattered areas of rain and storms will begin to develop and they'll drift their way westward as the day goes on, likely continuing through about sunset. If not into later tonight as well. We'll be mainly clear, though, for the overnight into your Sunday morning, waking up in the mid and upper 70s. I'm XFN 8 meteorologist Juliana Mejia.
Blanche confirmed. I'm Deborah Valentine, Fox News. A busy night on Capitol Hill with acting U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche confirmed as AG. Fox's Chad Pergram has details from Washington.
The vote very tight, 50-49. The only senator not casting a ballot, Mitch McConnell, the former Senate Majority Leader who's been out since the middle of June here. There were 2 Republican noes. Susan Collins, Republican of Maine, who has a tough re-election bid this fall. She announced her opposition a couple of days ago. And early Friday morning, you had Lisa Murkowski from Alaska, who also said she had met with Todd Blanche and just wasn't, committed to him at that stage. So this took it down to Bill Cassidy. He was the only person, the Republican senator from Louisiana, who was undecided on that side of the aisle, and he broke the logjam.
The Senate has passed a resolution funding the federal government until December 11th prior to summer recess. However, it still needs House approval. President Trump plans to take his defense of a new White House ballroom to the U.S. Supreme Court. Fox's Jarrett has more from the White House.
A split panel of judges on the Court of Appeals for D.C. is ordering construction on a $400 million White House ballroom to stop, ruling Congress must first approve the project. It is the latest legal setback for the project, upholding a district court ruling also blocking further construction. President Trump says the ruling is a national security threat. He has expanded the size and scope of construction to include what he describes as a desperately needed military center, complete with bomb shelters, medical facilities, missile-resistant steel, and drone proofing. The president also says funding for the 90,000-square-foot ballroom is coming from private donors and not taxpayer money. At the White House, Jarrett Halpern, Fox News.
America's listening to Fox News.
For over 20 years, years, Ace Heating and Cooling has been the name you can trust in the heating and air conditioning business in Hillsborough County. Chris Myers and his guys service all brands, and they do residential and commercial repairs, maintenance, and full replacements. They send out technicians, not salesmen, because they build that long-lasting customer relationship that will hold up over time. Call 813-657-8818 or look them up online at brandonac.net and find out for yourself why Ace Heating and Cooling is the easy choice for the Real Animals fishing team.
In charge at 7 News Radio WFLA is the #1 preset on the iHeart app. We'll take it from there so you can enjoy your favorite talk, radio, music, and podcast. Thanks to Vera and Vera Acting Deterrent. It's time to take charge. Let Vera go. Vera and Vera. Offices
Fishing. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WFLA AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Welcome to the Real Animals Radio Show, your weekly voyage into Florida fishing, presented by Hubbard's Marina and Visit St. Pete Clearwater, hosted by Captain Mike Anderson and Captain Dylan Hubbard.
Good morning, Tampa Bay, 970 WFLA, talking fishing. Going to be here until 8 o'clock.
Unfortunately, only till 8 o'clock.
Lots of stuff to talk about this morning. We certainly appreciate you joining us. We know you have a lot of choices out there. Hopefully we can get your beautiful Saturday morning off.
Our stories from how we got angry this past week.
Should be an interesting show. Should be an interesting show.
Yeah, I was blind with rage on this day. Yeah, well, listen to this story.
I got one for you. We seem to just be running into jackwagons more and more often.
It's a great way to start the day.
Exactly, no doubt.
Don't even need coffee. No wonder Mike doesn't drink coffee in the morning. He just starts his day with blind rage.
No caffeine for me. No caffeine for me. We're good. We've got Will Jarrett from Jarrett Ford, the Jarrett Auto Group, joining us a little after 7:30 this morning, introducing our new title sponsor here, new huge partner of Real Animals in general. Super excited to have Will joining us. We've got our Real Animals Junior Pro Staff Award Ceremony today, 10 a.m., Gator Jim's Fishing Tackle, 3301 Pinellas Point Drive. If you've been listening to the show for any length of time, you know how we feel about our peeps at Gator Jim. So we're going to be over there at 10 a.m. doling out $10,000 in college scholarships for some lucky anglers, courtesy of 6a-8a Florida and Yamaha Outboards. I've got Bull Bay rods to hand out. I've got Engel coolers to hand out, Gator Jim's gift certificates to hand out. So that's going to be our morning, getting with the kiddos over there. Looking forward to that.
I got a little bone to pick with those junior pro staff guys. I sent you the photo this week. A junior pro staff member came across my truck, stood in front of the Hubbard's logo to point at the Real Animals logo. Like, oh, look at this beautiful truck. I was like, what? Sent it to Mike. I was like, oh, you like that?
Got some gamers.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Gamers on the team. That is
awesome.
Pretty funny. And that's the beauty of the young anglers and the young pro staffers is we're hoping that they evolve, right?
Oh, yeah.
They should stand on the other side, get the Real Animals and the Hubbard's logo together.
They'll get there. The branding.
We got to work on your
intro
branding skills there. If you're going to
make sure you talk to him today.
Professional angler. Exactly. Hey, you come here. We got to talk. Dad, we got to work on his game a little bit. No doubt. How's our weather look?
The weather is finally starting to look really good this week. It's we got a nice long stretch of some moderate to low wind, very low seas. We've got finally some lower rain chances starting with the work week. It is still going to be a little rainy today. We have a 60% chance today. Tomorrow's still pretty elevated. But this work week coming up Monday through Friday, it's 30% or lower. It is finally a more typical summertime pattern that we're going to fall into this work week, where rain chances get back to normal. We might see those afternoon showers. They're going to be super scattered. So it's good to see us falling back into that more normal pattern. Yeah. But with that comes high temps climbing back up into the mid to upper 90s. We've got humidity returning. The air temperature, water temperature is going to start climbing. So we're celebrating, but also a little nervous on that front. Just, it's been nice. I mean, yesterday morning was absolutely spectacular because it was mid to low 70s.
I ran across the bay yesterday morning from O'Neill's to the South Pier to catch bait.
Get a little jacket.
I had my sweatshirt on.
Little sweater.
I reached in the back.
Sweater weather.
Reached in the back of the Real Animals fish wagon and grabbed the Yamaha sweatshirt. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm going to throw my sweatshirt on this morning. I mean, it was just, I'm in my shorts, obviously, and but I was like, it's a little chilly this morning. I mean,
yeah, yesterday morning was nice.
Yeah, really nice.
And that's what we get.
Very out of place for August.
Oh, yes.
Josh and I were talking about it. I'm like, Josh, this really isn't normal. Like, this is
It's been a weird year, man. It's been a really weird year. I mean, kind of a late spring. Then we had no rain. And then the rain was really late. The mangrove snappers seemingly have been really late offshore. We've had kind of a weird mangrove snapper bite. Normally in the summertime, by June, July, we get this big push of just all the mangrove snapper. And in the summer, we get a lot of quantity. The quality's still there, but you're catching 8-inch mangrove snapper and 200 foot of water.
Sure.
And all the way up to 8-pound mangrove snapper. But there's just clouds of them, and they're super voracious and hungry, and we just haven't seen that. We're starting to now.
I was going to say, the inshore mangrove snapper bite is bonkers.
Yeah, offshore it's steady all year, but the really good, like typical summertime mangrove where it doesn't really matter where you land, it doesn't really matter how you anchor. It just, if you're out there on the moon phase, you're going to get a buttload of mangrove. We haven't seen that, but it's starting now. And the 12-hour night snapper the last 4 weeks have been crushing the fish. And last night was the same thing. It was kind of a slow, steady pick. That moonrise happened, and
I wonder if it's water temp related at all, because that water temp is way down for late, for mid-August, early August.
I thought about that, but it wouldn't make sense, right? Because normally by June, July, it's already in the mid to upper 90s. So why are they all of a sudden starting to bite now when the water temperature is down? It just, I don't know. I don't know what it is, why it's off a little bit, but this whole year has been off.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to get a ton of rain, and it seems like this 3.5 week period I'm hoping we caught up to our drought numbers, because I'm ready to turn my irrigation back to normal. But we got to be caught up on those drought numbers now.
I don't have any idea. I know the pond, the neighborhood pond we have, the retention pond in our neighborhood is full.
Yeah,
we have some water.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but again, it's been interesting. It'll be, it's really nice to not be soaking wet with sweat by 7:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
But that's not the normal pattern. So, and I kept telling Josh, my young captain buddy that was mating with me yesterday, I kept telling him, I'm like, this isn't going to last.
Yeah.
I promise you, September's a very hot month here in Florida, and it's coming back. Guaranteed.
Yeah, people are like, oh, this summer hasn't been bad. I was like, bro, we got all of August and all of September, bro.
Exactly.
We got a long summer ahead still.
She going to cook a little still.
Yeah,
She going to cook a little.
And even tropical season. A lot of people are like, oh, it's been a slow tropical season. I was like, shut up. It's bad all the way through November, guys.
We are not there yet.
Yeah.
We are not there yet. We got a new moon coming up on Wednesday, so some good weather to fish right here. Weather update brought to you always by our good friends at Reese Windows and Doors, Florida's leading window and door company, over 50 years in business. They offer free installation, most windows and doors installed in just 6 to 8 weeks. They only use in-house installers, no freelance contractors. And my favorite part is all their work comes with a double lifetime warranty, which means you never pay for warranty. And when you sell your house, that warranty transfers to the new owners, which adds value to your home. Visit reesewindows.com for more information. Yeah, man, great week on the water, really. Wednesday was a little tough. That bite wasn't great. Monday, not a lot of big fish, but we caught some fish. I had 3 guys on the boat. We got 3 slams. Wednesday was a little tougher. We had to grind a little. We were dodging rain.
Yeah.
You know, it got Monday too. Monday was like, hey, I think let's run across the bay. And then we ran across the bay and that stuff
got stuck.
Well, it came inshore and then came south.
Yeah.
Like it came from the Gulf.
Dude, watching the radar and trying to predict what's going to happen the last week and a half has been a total crapshoot.
Unbelievable.
It's insane.
Yeah, really hard. And I went, well, I guess we're going to run south because it's raining here. You know, I want to go up towards Bocaciega Bay and fish. And I was like, it's going to be raining there. And before we even turned to go south, I'm like, it's raining in Bocaciega Bay. Let's go south.
It's been wild, too, because Johns Pass has been looking like St. John's River. It's like brown, dookie water.
Right.
Because it's so brackish. And the snook.
Dookie water.
Dookie water. Yeah, St. John's River.
Nice.
Everybody in Northeast Florida is like, what? But
it's accurate.
Yeah, it's there was a ton of snook in the past. They were really starting to get thick. And then all of a sudden, all this rain started mid-July. All that weather came, Bertha. It pushed them all out. They seemingly disappeared from Johns Pass. And the bite really got tough. But the last like 3 or 4 days, even with that brown dookie water and all that brackish water, it's like they showed back up. And I think it has a lot to do with the bait because we haven't been seeing a ton of bait. But, I mean, you walk out in the dock and the water is just alive because the glass minnows are so concentrated underneath the dock. It seems like if you jumped in, you wouldn't go in the water. There's so many glass minnows. That's how thick they are.
Walk on them.
It's crazy.
Nice.
And then all of a sudden, just pop, 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 just dozens of snook will just come crashing through the pile.
That's nice.
So they are hungry.
Yeah.
Distractingly hungry.
Yeah, they might have spawned out and they're getting their grub on now.
Maybe that's what it is. They're coming back. Yeah, because they disappeared.
Yeah.
And I was talking to John Sasser about it, the gentleman from Salt Strong who fishes Johns Pass religiously. And he was saying the same thing. They got to go somewhere. And I was like, I think they went to the nearshore reefs and probably are spawning. He's like, yeah, it makes sense. And they seemingly showed back up in force the last like 4 days.
Go to spawn and didn't want all you John Passers standing there googly eyeing them while they spawn.
Well, now we knew that.
Need a little privacy.
Yeah.
So yeah, very cool. Well, and it's that time of year. Good things are happening. That
mangrove snapper,
mango bite is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of docks in the bay that have just been electric. Redfish in the trees. Found a couple of schools of redfish yesterday and some big fish. I was really thinking we probably wouldn't see that until after this next moon.
Wait. Big fish. So over slot fish back?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and we were, like on Monday we caught some redfish, but they were all, 18 to 22, 23 inches. And then, boom, all of a sudden, and it was weird because the first 2 fish we caught yesterday were both 22, 23 inches. I thought, okay, that's kind of what we're seeing. And then, boom, out of nowhere, we were like, that's a giant red knot. And that giant red knot has much better distance from nose to tail.
So you were finding schools of big redfish already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which
that's normally end of August, early September.
I was anticipating probably this moon coming up that we would probably get some. And what happens is on those fish, especially when you're fishing shallow, if
spooky.
No, well, they are a little spooky because they're not comfortable yet, which was part of the problem. We only caught like 8 of them yesterday. Couldn't get them to just go. Cut bait, cut pinfish was the trick.
So you're staying way off that school.
Way off that school.
And you're not chumming them.
I tried to chum them to try to keep them there. And the chum, you would see them kind of swirl on baits, but they weren't eating them. They were real nervous. The other thing is the color of the fish. They're not, when they get up, they're not dark.
Yeah.
You can tell they just came from the beach. They're fresh. They're new fish.
So when you find that school of redfish, they're real light colored, that tells you they just came in off the Gulf. They're not settled. They're going to be more spooky. You got to stay further away, make those long bomb casts at them.
100%.
Interesting.
And I like to take cut bait, figure out which direction they're going, and put that cut bait out in front of them.
Like you're tarpon fishing.
School, 100%.
So you're throwing in front of the school, anticipating where the school's going to be.
Let that school just swim over the top of that cut bait and eat it. Easier said than done.
Yeah.
And a lot of charters, when you're running a charter, a lot of people want to make their own cast, which I understand, but a lot of times they're not qualified. My guys yesterday could really fish, so yesterday's crew was pretty easy. They were Crystal River guys, and they fish a lot of schools of redfish and stuff like that. But
it always helps.
Yeah, for sure. Makes it much easier. So phone lines are open here, 1-800-969-9355. too. Again, it's a Gator Gyms Real Animals Junior Pro Staff Saturday. We're giving away $10,000 courtesy of 6a-8a Florida and Yamaha Outboards at 10 a.m. this morning. Hopefully you guys will all rally and come on out and see us. The parents, the kids, looking forward to seeing everybody. Hopefully we'll hear from you guys, your questions, comments, fishing reports. Again, phone lines are open here, 1-800-969-9352. It's the Jarrett Ford Real Animals Radio Show. We'll be back.
Hey, it's Ryan Gorman here, and I teamed up with my friends over at Mark Spain Real Estate to do a monthly mortgage giveaway. Sign up for your chance to win at W.
Test, test. It would help if I turned on the microphones first. Morning, David. Morning, Jerry. Morning, LaShonda. Morning, Gary. Jeff. Donald said he's going to be there today at Gator Gyms.
Yep.
Captain Van Hubbard said it flooded at his place yesterday. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Some flooding rain. Jerry, what's going on? Paul Brown, Allen, Joe.
Imperial, Polk County. Polk County.
Imperial. So we've been talking more about that license proposal, basically license idea. We put it out in print on our newsletter. Man, it's so funny, the misinformation that's swirling around. The FWC guy did a meeting in Panama City Beach for the Panama City Boatmen's Association, and they showed up, and the president's a friend. Like,
Sorry, I don't understand.
Siri, I'm not talking to you. The president's a friend, and, like, I know her well. And she walked in there, and they were like, yeah, FGA wants to push an $8,000 license for guides, mandatory. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? The Boca Grande Fishing Guides Association, they absolutely want blood and basically told me to go F myself. It's like, guys, we have to do something or we're going to lose this exemption.
Yeah.
The FWC CFO was at that meeting. They said they have an annual budget deficit of $50 million because of these license sales, these lifetime license sales. And they said if they don't do something drastic next year, that they're going to have to reduce marine fisheries by 40%. Yeah. So basically gut half their staff.
Dude,
and we already don't have enough enforcement.
Where the hell is all that freaking money going?
Well, the budget, they have an inverse bell curve situation because they're paid on a trust fund. They're paid out of a trust fund based on license sales, and it's based off a percentage of income from license sales. So when the governor does all these lifetime license sales at a discounted rate, it's totally tanked their budget.
Welcome back. Short segment for the bottom of the hour here. You know the deal. Shingle, metal, tile, flat roofs. It doesn't matter. Repair. Maybe you need a full replacement. Nobody does it better than Affordable Roofing Systems. David Torres and his people are the best in the business. They've been doing it forever, over 3 decades now. They're defined by integrity, respect, honesty, all the things you're looking for if you're going to cut a contractor loose on your home. Give them a call today, 1-888-397-ROOF. Get you a free estimate or visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com. He is definitely the choice of the Real Animals fishing team. David Torres and his people do great, great things. OCC Roadhouse, Tuesday, August 25th, 4th Tuesday of the month. We are going to be there. the spider monkey, Captain Tommy Larange.
That's what we're going with.
Yeah, I call him the spider monkey.
I've actually witnessed it in real life. That time we went fishing with Mahoney and he was out there on the Flying Hub 2. We hooked a what turned out to be a 95-pound wahoo on a flat line, but he was all fired up and screaming, yelling, bouncing around the boat. All of a sudden, I turned around and he was on the roof of the Flying Hub 2. I was like, I've never seen anybody up there. How did you get up there? And then I turned around again and he was off. He was at the back of the boat on top of the motor. I was like, what are you doing?
Gotta look up his sleeves. He's got them little things where he shoots the webs out.
He's like, stop moving. You're freaking me out.
He's a great offshore captain. Captain Tommy Larange is going to join us Tuesday, August 25th, 7 to 9 p.m., OCC Roadhouse. Make sure you put it on your calendar. Also put December 5th on your calendar. We're going to have skeeter boats. We're going to have our good friends at Drop Out Cast Nets. We're going to have CCA. We're going to have Bob's Machine Shop, Power Pole, everybody out at OCC Roadhouse that Saturday from like 11 a.m. to 4. Just do some fishing conversation. Just bring in a bunch of captains, talk fishing, show off some products. You guys can come and talk to some of our partners. Bull Bay Rods will be there as well. So put that on your calendar.
We're going to have a Florida Guides Association booth. I need to reserve a spot. We had a board meeting. Captain Van and I are all fired up about it. Bobby will be there.
You're in.
Bunch of us.
Love it. You're in. The team will be there. That's good.
Yeah.
We'll get Van up on stage talking fishing along.
There you go. He'll be
along
here.
with you. That'd be great. The Lord, our big friend there, the madman himself, Captain Van Hubbard. Let's go to the phones here real quick. Check in with Donald and Lutz. Donald, what's up?
Hey guys, great show as always. But yep, I will be there later today. And
Take your help.
that sounds like a great show there for September 5th at OCC. Sounds like that's going to be
December 5th. OCC,
December
yeah,
5th.
December. Saturday, December 5th. Don't get a bunch of people out there on Saturday. September 5th. We'll be in trouble.
There'll probably be a cool event there, though, knowing OCC.
Well, there's no
Roadhouse.
doubt. You're right. They'll have something going on, but
it's wild, all the cool stuff they do there.
They do some crazy stuff, for sure.
Car shows and motorcycle stuff.
After our OCC Roadhouse fishing conversations, you walk outside and there's a car show going on. It's hard to leave.
No,
and then when you pull out, all the kids are standing there like, oh, he's going to burn out. He's going to burn out. It's fun.
That's what Mahoney does. Mahoney burns out for him just so the kids get a giggle.
I like it.
Yeah, Henry was checking out all the cars when we were leaving, so he had a great time. And so he had also a great fishing season. He's got like 20 entries for CCA Star.
Nice.
So, yeah, so he's double dipping this year.
That's the way to do it.
That he can do it. So,
that's awesome.
It's been awesome. Past, I don't know how many years he's been in both. So it's been a pleasure with him, and had him out for like 6-7 weeks. This time did a bass fishing and offshore fishing a little bit, and a bunch of inshore down in the Keys. I mean,
world traveler. Henry's a world traveler already.
Yeah,
Good
had
for
a
him.
blast.
Good for him. Good for you guys. That's memories right there. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
The whole reason we started the junior pro staff was just to get those kids on the water. I'm actually talking with Lisa Fitzgerald right now about rolling the Real Animals Junior Pro staff into a segment of CCA Florida Star. So we'd actually have a Real Animals Junior Pro staff division inside CCA Florida's Star Tournament.
Cool.
So we're trying to work on the logistics of that and making that happen so that we're kind of pushing the
Combined
same event
efforts.
there. Yeah, combined efforts, exactly.
I don't see that not happening.
I certainly hope it does. I certainly hope it does. It was Lisa's idea, so that's always a good thing. If the tournament directors got to brainstorm on something, and
it helps.
That helps, yeah. Yeah. And she's a Hall of Famer, so what she says goes.
Exactly.
Right. So
Exactly, right there.
all right, partner. We'll see you here in a couple hours.
Yes, sir. Hey, you guys take care. Stay safe. Everybody have a great week, and tight lines out there.
Donald, appreciate you, buddy.
Hey, we got a few minutes before break. I was going to ask Donald, but he hung up too quickly. What was your go-to lure this week, or was it all cut pinfish?
It's all cut pinfish.
Cut pinfish.
It gets a little tough, although with the water temps down, artificials would have probably, you probably could have picked a few fish up on artificial. We did catch some redfish this week on pilchards.
They were a little more frisky.
They were a little more frisky. But that water temp reached 86 yesterday. So if we have a couple of days, it's going to climb up pretty quick. Yeah. So also that was on the outgoing tide. So you want to remember that water's up the bay. It's not as deep. It's hotter. So it started out, the water temp was like 82. But by the end of the trip, it was already at 86. Again, that water dumped out yesterday on that outgoing. So
yeah, well, we finally don't have that west wind holding it in, and we got that big new moon coming Wednesday, so things will start flushing pretty good for us, and I think that'll kind of help heat up the bay even faster.
Even with all the rain and the wind we've had, water clarity in a lot of spots was really good, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I was really surprised. A couple of the flats we hit, the water clarity was really, really clean, so that's good to see.
Always good.
Yeah, always good. Clean water is a positive deal. Phone lines are open here, 1-800-969-9352. Again, it's the Jarrett Ford Real Animals Radio Show. We'll be back.
From the local Lexus dealers, WFLA News Desk. Your trusted source for breaking news. News Radio WFLA. Guaranteed human.
That's what I was concerned about as well. Yeah. It was funny because right before that we even talked about that. You even said west wind that can blow that in, and then we had west wind for like 9 days after you said that. Donald answered my question in the chat. He said worms were the best for bass and cut live bait in saltwater. So. Cut and live bait in saltwater. Ronnie Millsap said that he was looking at the Mike's Weather page posts, and apparently Mike's Weather page said that we're still in drought conditions, even with all the rain.
Yeah, I believe that.
Do you prefer cut pinfish over cut ladyfish for redfish?
I do right now because there's so many pinfish on the flats. I mean, the pinfish will be attacking your cut pinfish. With, that many, with the redfish are seeing that many pinfish in the estuary, they just don't turn down. A cut ladyfish will work. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, because when I think of cut bait for ladyfish, I've always historically heard mullet, ladyfish, dreadfin, but you're using a lot of cut pinfish right now. Because that's what is around the flat.
Yeah, and they're easy to catch. You can chum up, almost any grass flat and catch all the pinfish you want. I put 2 traps out, let them sit overnight, and we had, I had 200 pinfish probably, 150 pinfish in my traps.
We don't net pinfish because they die so easily when they get cast netted, but you're only holding them in your well for a 4-hour trip. They live fine, cast netting them. Yeah.
Now there's a lot of them that are, that big.
Small.
So you end up, maybe you just cut the head off or just cut the tail off and just use that.
Yeah.
But we caught
grass flat pinfish are smaller.
I had 6 or 7 of them that were, maybe 10 of them that were that big that you got a couple pieces out of. So again, a piece of cut pinfish will last a while.
Yeah. It's firm.
And part of the
it's
key
not like
too,
ladyfish or mullet that's so mushy it'll fall.
We lost a couple, and it was because we were kind of scrambling. And I had on my free line rods, because I had planned on going snapper fishing, I had smaller hooks. So Josh went away from our weighted ones, which I had bigger hooks on, to make those long casts. I put a 1/4 ounce egg sinker on there, make those long casts with that Mustad Demon Perfect Circle. And when we got bit on the ones without the weight. We were, sometimes that weight gets it down the grass. They don't find it as easy if the bite's not crazy. So he went to the free line ones, but the hooks were small. And he didn't change the hook out. So we had 2 of them that pulled and pulled and pulled, and we pulled the hook. And I'm like, what the hell? And we got back, and they just turned that circle hook back inside the bait. They didn't want to let it go, though. And when they got it, found it, they were pulling on it, and they were big fish.
Wow.
But, yeah, it was just, we lost 2 because our circle hooks were small. So make sure that, you get a good-sized circle hook, a 3-aught or a 4-aught, and put it in that chunk bait. so that you get that corner of the mouth shot on him right away?
So Mark Mahoney, going away from fishing, Mark Mahoney is in the comments right now and said that he went to lunch yesterday with Mike Mahoney, and Mike Mahoney asked for a parfait with granola.
What?
That's hilarious.
Really? Mark, my brother, I appreciate the dirt. I'm going to use that. Wow. He just went on a Live, Love, Laugh tour with Paula.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's doing parfaits. Wow.
Parfait with granola.
Yeah. He might sit in the tree stand.
Mark said he almost got up and left.
That's because you didn't know who you were having lunch with.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez. That's crazy.
Angel said thanks for the ammo for another cartoon.
Right.
But you have to be careful, Angel.
Yeah, he comes back swinging.
Yeah.
But it's working.
And he's let you slide. You made a couple of them, and he didn't say nothing. He just laughed about it.
It's worth it.
But you don't want that smoke. Trust me. I learned that lesson. If you come at Mahoney, you better be prepared for the repercussions.
Well, it's going to be a two-way street.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. He's not going to take a beat down.
I love how his son popped into the comments just to tell us that. That's awesome, Mark.
These people are in the parking lot at Costco fighting over parking spots.
I believe it.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy. The parking at Costco is crazy. At the gym the other day, big truck, you got to pull way out and then back up. The other day, I pull in, and this car zips in behind me and takes my spot. I was like, move on, grab another spot. But if there wasn't any other spots, I would have been pissed. But there was another spot right next to it.
Welcome back. It's the Jarrett Ford Real Animals radio show. We're actually going to talk with Will Jarrett here a little after 7:30 this morning. Looking forward to introducing him to all of you guys. Really excited about the Jarrett Ford partnership. I think they are going to be an absolutely fantastic partner moving forward. We'll try and get him to bring a truck over to OCC as well. So
they have some cool new trucks, man.
Yes, they do. It was interesting. I've been getting some text messages, and I finally put the logo post up on my social, and I started to get some texts from some of my boys that were like, man, I've been a Jarrett Ford guy for years, dude. That's so cool that you're over there now. So it was pretty sweet. So super excited about that. If you are looking for a fantastic dining experience, I cannot say enough good things about the Friendly Fisherman Seafood Restaurant. It is absolutely spectacular. The Hubbard's family is now again managing this place, and they are serving up the best fishing and dining experiences in Madeira Beach, just like they have for nearly a century now. Come rediscover the Friendly Fisherman. Taste the difference with the freshest seafood, improved menus, and service you've come to expect from the Hubbard's name. Listen, I'm telling you right now, you need to put the Captain's Platter on your to-do list.
Well, they just updated the menu, and the menu goes live, I think, this coming Monday. And they changed a lot of stuff around, and now the hook and cook option, this is my most favorite part about this new menu, is the hook and cook option now comes with other options. For my whole life, it's been, you can take your fish to the Friendly, which is great, but they offered a broil, blacken, regular fry, or Cajun fry your fish. Blackened and Cajun fried, my favorite. But those were the four options. That's all they could do. Now, you can put it on a salad. They'll make you fish tacos with your hook and cook.
What?
Yeah, there's a whole litany of options. Fish sandwich, and let me tell you, the tacos. Oscar, the chef over there, brought probably 7 dishes over to the office the other day randomly around lunchtime to give all the office staff a chance to try some of the new menu options. They have a blackened redfish with scallops and shrimp. So the Captain's Platter is great. It's got the grouper, it's got the scallops, it's got the shrimp. But I don't know, bro. That black and red fish with scallops and shrimp might take that top spot for me. Black and red fish is pretty good.
I'll be the judge of that.
Plus, on top of that, I mean, the hook and cook with these fish tacos with this like mango chutney, I think they call it. I like the word chutney, and I know it tastes good. That's all I got for you.
I hear you. Well, and if you've lived here as long as I have, and a lot of you have lived here your whole lives, you know how important it is to enjoy a really, really good grouper sandwich. The grouper srouch at the Friendly Fisherman is fantastic.
Yeah, they do
I
a
hear
great
about
job.
it often. Miss Beth is in my ear often. When are you taking me back? I need a grouper sandwich. I need a grouper sandwich. When are you taking me back? So the Friendly Fisherman, you can go to thefriendlyfisherman.com and check out that new menu. Again, the menu's flipping on Monday. Definitely a great dining experience. Ice cold beer. And it's hot out. That's important, right?
Gotta stay
It's that time-
hydrated.
Exactly. It's that time of year. So, yeah. How was the weather last week? Did it affect you guys too bad?
It's been really tough weather-wise for us. I mean, especially some of these 39-hour trips. I mean, we had one that was out there in 10, 12-foot seas. Then the next one was kind of nice because it was only like 7 to 9 foot seas, you know. It's been a little rough, but overall it's calming down. The mangrove bite has picked up a lot for us, which is good to see because it's been a little bit tricky, and I'm hoping that the mangrove bite stays picked up.
Does that help you because you don't have to go quite so deep then too?
No, we're going deep, really deep right now because red snapper season's open.
yeah,
So we're fishing consistently closer to that 200-foot mark. And that's actually what makes it a little tricky for the mangroves because normally on a 39-hour trip, we start night fishing in a mangrove snapper area, and then during the day we'll hunt around for some of the grouper. Well, when red snapper's open, we got to target the mangroves, and then we got to move into that deeper pothole-ish area or find these red snapper. And a lot of times that red snapper hot spot area is quite a distance from what we would normally fish for mangrove snapper as the hot spot area. So it makes it a little tricky to get everything done in one trip. And it's definitely a little bit more of a challenge, but it's working out right now, and seemingly it's picked up for us. So
The red snapper and the mangrove snapper don't commingle well?
They don't coalesce very well, no. Yeah, the red snapper is deeper water, smaller structures. They follow big bait schools, and red snapper are such an apex aggressive predatory fish. They don't really commingle too well with other species. Vermilions will get in with them pretty heavy. But that's about it for the most part.
Really?
I mean, you'll see other species, of course, but they are a predominant species. There's not many baits that'll get past a big school of aggressive red snapper. If the red snapper are concentrated, and we're looking for concentrations of red snapper. We got quite a few people dropping baits down. The flying hook too is different because we can fish these little rolls and these little spots because we only got 16 anglers on the boat. And you'll catch red snapper, gag grouper, scamp grouper, mangrove snapper all together. But you got a big Christmas tree show, and you want to catch 200 head of red snapper, there's not going to be much else down there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you would say your mango bite's probably the hot ticket right now, huh?
Red snapper's the focus, followed by red grouper. But at night, when we first start fishing on those 39s, the focus is mangroves. That the night bite mangrove snapper, because those bigger fish, the red snapper, the red grouper, you can catch them at night, but they're just not as aggressive. They're not as concentrated. Red grouper at night. Captain Brian Holland was a commercial fisherman for umpteen years. He's been doing this longer than anybody I know, and I would sit on the 39-hour on the way out and just listen to him talk for hours. And such a good dude and so knowledgeable. And one thing he'd always talk about when he long lined is during the day he'd long line around the structures and really focus on the rocks. That's where the red grouper were. At night he'd stretch his long line across the sand because those red grouper at night go off into the sand and spread out, and they're hunting for crustaceans and shrimp and other smaller prey items, but they're all spread out into the sand where you can't really anchor up and fish for them consistently. So at night it's a little bit trickier to target those red grouper and red snap. I guess we're taking a break.
That's a little early.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know either, but we went live and loud. It's okay, buddy. It happens.
Yeah.
Why do we have music? Oh, there it goes. No, I'm looking at the clock going, it's early. Not early.
And red snapper is the same. We don't see the red snapper too heavily at night either. It's more of a daytime thing that we focus on those bigger predatory fish. And at night, it's all about the heads and tails and really focusing on those mangroves, those yellowtails.
Tuna bite's still good?
Blackfin tuna have been nuts, bro. Really nuts. Catching them, dropping. If you put a live pinfish on and you drop it to the bottom real slow, at the middle or end of a fishing spot, there's a good chance you're going to catch a blackfin tuna. If you put a flat line out, it's really fast. The other day, we had a trip come in. This guy was all fired up to tell me this story. And he stopped me as I'm getting out of my truck. He was like, yeah, somebody caught a blackfin tuna dropping their bait down. So I stopped fishing, and I went and got my spinning rod, and I casted a thread fin off the front of the boat, just hooked on a 5/0 circle hook with 50-pound leader like you talk about in your show. I casted it right up by the anchor line, and it wasn't in the water 2 minutes until I hooked up with a big blackfin tuna and fought it for 35 minutes and ended up catching a really nice big blackfin.
Nice.
So it's impressive. Plus the other day we had they estimated, I think a little facetiously, a 20-pound mahi-mahi near the boat. Will kind of giggled, so I think it was more like a 10-pounder, but it was a big mahi-mahi regardless. A big bull swam up to the side of the boat, and they were, unfortunately, buck fever set in, and someone hooked it on a rod they shouldn't have hooked it on and ended up losing it. But it was pretty cool to see, and we've had a lot of wahoo hooked, but not landed successfully yet.
So the pelagic seems good, too.
Pelagic's really hot. I would say the focus right now is blackfin, but you got a shot at seeing a mahi or a wahoo lately as well.
How long does that last? How long do you have the wahoo?
Wahoo get solid and more frequent in the spring and fall, I feel like, with the kingfish, but they're around all year. And throughout the summertime, we see them pretty good. A lot of time in the summer, we're seeing them because we're out there in that deeper water. We're fishing closer to 200 foot out there in that really deep.
Are you seeing bait schools out there? Is there bait on top?
Not a ton of bait right now. There was at like the end of June, early July. There was a ton of bait out there, but haven't been seeing those huge bait schools lately. And the wahoo are just one of those things that they swim up to you when you're out there bottom fishing, because we don't chum. We anchor up and we're fishing, and you got 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 people fishing sometimes on some trips. And when you got that many, you got that many people dropping baits to the bottom and reeling up fish, what happens when you catch a fish in 200 foot of water? It comes up, it's got all that barotrauma, its stomach inverts out of its mouth. So that means as you reeled that fish up,
chumming for you.
It just puked all the way to the surface.
Right.
And you catch a bunch of fish, you get on a good bite, you're not moving, so you'll be at a spot for 10, 15, 20, 50 minutes sometimes. And the longer you're at that spot, the more established that natural chum slick becomes. And eventually something pelagic-wise is going to swim. Or, unfortunately, a lot of times sharks. And then we have to leave. I hate sharks.
Yeah, the shark thing was tough. I did, sharks was our theme species for the Florida Insider Fishing Report last week. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to do my best.
As a theme, we try to avoid these fish, but
I'm not a fan. Could we kill them all? I didn't think that's what they wanted, so I didn't go that direction. But
they frown upon that kind of thing.
A lot of people, a lot of people want to catch them. We get a lot of calls for the inshore trips if you go catch a shark.
You got to if you're a fishing guide and you don't have shark fishing on your website, you're missing out.
Yeah, I don't, but I'm okay with that.
You got shark fishing on your website, bud, because you're on my website, and we have a whole shark fishing section.
I'm out.
I'm gonna send you more shark charters.
That's okay. I got guys.
I got guys that Mike specializes
in shark fishing. I've got guys who do it. They won't be bummed. I can tell you that. It's not hard fishing. That's the one thing.
Oh, it's the easiest.
Yeah, it's very easy fishing. So
this time of year, that's the thing, is we do shark fishing charters, shark fishing trips, like split charters on Friday nights, but we only offer them March, April till about September, because January you go out there and try to do some shark fishing. It's a little trickier.
It's not tricky if you get to the power plant.
True, but we're not fishing.
You're not running the power plant, but you run to Apollo Beach and get to that power plant. There's plenty of sharks at the power plant, loaded.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm talking about coastal species.
But it makes sense, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said that when I was talking about sharks on the Florida Insider Fishing Report. That to me, and I'm not a big shark chaser. I'm not a big fan of shark fishing in general. But when you're kingfishing the beach and the spinner sharks are there,
That's fun.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
it's pretty epic.
You hook like a 6-foot spinner shark,
and they get active.
Ooh.
It's really cool. Yeah, especially if you're with customers, if they're from up north, and them families from Ohio, Wisconsin, Illinois, they're like, dear God, what was that?
Yeah, and you think that's cool. Try hooking a short fin mako offshore.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
That thing will go 40 feet in the air. It's nuts.
Yeah.
I've only hooked one and watched it jump once or twice, and I was like, I'm going to put the rod down and just watch the fish.
100%.
This is fun.
Yeah, I don't need to catch it. Just keep jumping.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We do have, it's a diverse shark fishery. We have a lot of shark species here, so there's a lot of stuff to target. This time of year, kids love them. You can get up on some of them deeper grass humps in the bay where you have some mackerel, maybe some trout action. Guaranteed you're going to have those little black-tip sharks mixed in all over that flat.
And what's cool about shark fishing is you don't have to have a boat. Like the biggest, meanest, doggest sharks are often caught from shore. And the most expert shark fishermen are generally shore-based.
On the beach where everyone's swimming.
Yeah. Shark fishing is really cool for that reason.
Yeah.
It's a great equalizer, even playing field.
Yeah, it's just too bad that we have a problem with them, that we're not managing them correctly, because that management would be huge.
Yeah.
Help our fishery out a bunch.
Did you see my new shirt?
I did.
Hubbard's Marina.
I did. Oh, I did see the post. Yeah, I saw
It's
it.
hilarious.
I did see it. I bet
Federal government's doing a great job. Don't worry, guys.
They always do. You know they're my favorite.
Factual.
Should we talk about Hillsborough County? Powers that be.
Yeah.
School starts this week, so
my son's homeschooled for a reason.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Because it's going to be a mess. They got all the
shout out to my wife; she's a saint.
The water pipes that they are putting in the South County area of Hillsborough County. I would like to just take a moment to thank those powers that be that waited until all the houses were put in first, all the people were stuffed in there, and then you decided to put the infrastructure in. Well played. Incredible.
Yeah. It's good to see almost all the gubernatorial candidates talking about smart growth plans, because I think everybody's realizing that Florida's going to continue to grow, so we need to have some good plans in place for development. You have to put in that logistics. You have to make sure the sewage infrastructure is in place before you add the subdivision. Yeah.
Whole entire division called Hillsborough County Planning and Growth Management. That's the world's largest oxymoron right there, because y'all have not planned or managed the growth.
Kind of like shark fishing.
Kind of. Very similar. Yeah. We should have music now here.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
There he is. Here's our guy, the great Jason Behringer on the other side. It's okay, buddy. I'm here for you. We got phone lines that are wide open here, 1-800-969-9352. Again, a little after 7:30, we're going to talk with Will Jarrett from Jarrett Ford, our new title sponsor here, one of the new partners for Real Animals Radio and Real Animals TV. Super excited for that. Hopefully we'll hear from you as well. Again, phone lines are open here, 1-800-969-9352. We'll be back.
Forgot to change the mics back. Good thing we didn't have a caller on that segment.
Yeah, a little slow this morning. Makes sense. School starts this week, so everybody's busy.
Yeah, school starts.
I didn't know you were a homeschooler. Good for you.
Yeah, last year my wife decided to do that with Jack, and I was like, "Are you sure? That's tough." And she did it, and she did a great job, and he loved it. She loved it. My daughter is the opposite, though. My daughter likes school. She likes seeing her friends. She does well. She excels. My son, he doesn't sit still, so he doesn't do well in school. All right, let's get after it. What's up, Ed and Kim? Leon, good morning. Jason Richmond, what's going on? See if Will can respond and tell us how 39 hours going. Dang. They sent me a video from the night snapper last night. They definitely slapped the mangroves, but moon looks pretty bright still.
It's until Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
5 days out. Man living inside a billboard. Nice. Welcome back. Again, the Jarrett Ford Real Animals Radio Show. We're waiting on your calls.
They just like what we're talking about. That's what it is.
1-800.
It's not that we don't have any listeners.
1-800-969-9352. We're also live on the Real Animals and Hubbard's Marina Facebook pages, as well as the Hubbard's Marina YouTube channel. You can listen there. You can also drop questions in there as well. If it's a good question, we'll answer it.
Even if it's a bad question, we'll still answer.
We might. Well, then we'll make something up to go with your silly question. But, it's all good.
Right? Yeah, man. It's so very interesting offshore. Sea surface temperatures slowing down a lot, changing. I'm wondering how quick it's going to bounce back. What's your thoughts?
How quick? What's going to bounce back? The water temp?
Sea surface, yeah.
Oh, it'll bounce back quick.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, it's going to turn quick. I was telling Josh that yesterday. He's like, man, this is so great. The water, I'm like, it's coming. It's coming. Let's go to the phones here real quick. Check in with our good friend, Captain Van Hubbard. What's up, my friend? How are you, bud?
Good morning. I'm doing great. I'm fixing to get on the Tamiami Trail headed to Key Weird.
Oh, nice. Okay. Good for you.
That's awesome.
You were talking about redfish earlier, and I wanted to let you know these next few days coming on this moon is prime time for those schools of reds.
See?
You were right.
Listen, I asked
the
Van
man,
Hubbard,
the myth, legend validated what you were thinking.
I kept telling Josh, I'm like, we're going to get these schools on this moon. This was my prediction, was this moon. I said, if we don't get them on this moon, it'll be the next one for sure. I said, but I'm banking on this new moon. We're going to get a big push of fish. And we found a school, the first school of big oversized fish. I found one yesterday, and I hadn't seen a big school of the oversized yet. Doesn't mean there aren't some here, obviously, but I just, we found some. They were new. You could tell they were new fish. So it's good to see. Really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And glad everything's going good for everybody. We still got tarpon at home.
Okay.
We did have some serious rain yesterday. Even the front yard was literally a lake.
Wow.
But all in all, everything's looking great, and we're looking forward to a great fall with all this fry bait around. The fishing should just get better and better.
That's kind of what I was
Especially as Mike and everybody goes hunting.
Right. Get some of them bodies off the water. I hear you. I see what you did there, Van. I see what you did.
A little slight dig. I like it.
Yep.
Here for it.
I like it. Hey, let me ask you a real quick question. I'm going to ask you to throw a bone out there. For somebody that's going to go fish Charlotte Harbor, where would you say the best red fishing in Charlotte Harbor is? I mean, like Tampa Bay's got, we get schools on the South Shore. We get schools, Fort DeSoto. We get schools up at Wheaton Island. Later in the fall, in September, we get schools all the way up on the north end, up around Double Branch and Double Bayou and all that stuff. Where would you tell people to look if they were going in search of schools of redfish in Charlotte Harbor? I've only got about 20 seconds, but I wanted to pick your brain on a money question.
The schools will be moving around low tides, at the very low tides, wherever you're easing around. Everybody wants to race around and scare the devil out of them and see them raise up and then try to chase them. That's not what I recommend. Ease around on that young tide, that first of the incoming tide. See if you can't find a bunch, like you were saying earlier. Get in front of them. Be patient. Try to feed them and hold them there if you can.
Nobody does it better than you, Captain Van Hubbard. Good to hear your voice, my friend. Enjoy your trip to the Keys. Be safe.
All right. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for all you do.
Catch him up.
Love that guy.
Yeah, he joined the Florida Guides Association board yet again.
The Jarrett Ford Real Animals Radio Show. We've got Captain Gene Hammond. We've got our safe boating tip also here on the other side, brought to you by Visit St. Pete Clearwater. Light these phone lines up, 1-800-969-9352. We'll be back.
Clearwater. News Radio, WFLA, and iHeart.
5:45, 5:35. 45, 5:35.
A man is dead after police in Miami Gardens say he tried to rob a delivery driver who fired back several times. A nearby security camera captured the gunfire.
Same species as dolphin.
And NBC said spoke to an eyewitness.
Mahi mahi.
Police are searching for a possible accomplice in the robbery attempt who fled from the shooting and drove away in a white car. The delivery driver reportedly stayed at the scene and is cooperating with police. No arrests have been made. The investigation is still ongoing. All across Florida, students will be headed back to school next week, and for many parents, that includes checkups.
Our breakfast cruise pops off this morning. We got a breakfast club cruise, pretty cool.
What?
We are doing a cruise. It's basically a dolphin tour at 8 a.m., but we're partnered with our friends at Scully's. So when you get on the boat, or when you book the trip, you can reserve breakfast and mimosas or Bloody Marys. So you can get on a dolphin tour and you can enjoy Bloody Marys and mimosas and a breakfast burrito. Nothing like cruising around eating bacon and eating it and drinking a Bloody Mary at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Humana.
Oh, my dad made it successfully to Canada through Puget Sound.
Is he?
Yeah.
My dad was stationed there.
Saw humpbacks, dolphins, and orcas. They picked up that ferry in Seattle and drove it into Canada.
What are they going to do? Put it on a truck?
Boat. Put it on a ship.
Really?
Yeah, it's a 250 passenger vessel. They're going to put it on a ship and bring it through the Panama Canal.
That can't be cheap.
Well, nothing is cheap in today's world.
250 foot, 250 passengers.
Yeah, one is 250 passenger, one is 150 passenger. Some big ferries.
You're going to have two of them.
Yeah. One's going to be docked on the St. Pete side, one's going to be docked on the Tampa side, and they're going to be crisscrossing the bay. And the schedule that PSTA proposed, dude, is wild. Like, they're talking running from like 6 a.m. to like 2 a.m. Like, service damn near 24/7, 365. Yeah, the old Cross Bay Ferry was only running 7 months out of the year, and it only ran for a small part of the day. This ferry service will start really early in the morning, and if there's a hockey game going on or a concert going on, it'll run really late. So that'll be cool.
Yeah. And then you guys did a proposal of what you would charge to run it?
How the whole thing is set up is there was a Federal Transit Authority grant, and they use that grant money to purchase the boat. So now PSTA has money to purchase a boat, but they don't know how to buy a boat because they're not boaters. And they don't know how to operate a boat because they're not boaters. So they put out a RFP or request for a proposal to find a company to help them find and purchase and procure a boat and then ultimately operate that boat. So that's what we went for, and we won that RFP. So now we help them find the boats, we help them buy the boats, we're helping transport the boats here. Then we're going to help them get through the Coast Guard process, and then we're going to be the bus driver, the boat driver for them. So we're going to be responsible for maintaining, operating, driving the vessel.
But you would charge them for maintenance because they own the boats?
Big maintenance is theirs. Scheduled maintenance, preventative maintenance is ours.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, we're paid by the hour as drivers of the boat to handle all that stuff. It's an interesting setup.
Very interesting. And then do you man it with the mates, or
They have the boat has to have 2 captains because of the size, and then 3 mates, and then we're gonna have a galley person too.
Could be food on it.
Mm-hmm. Food and drink, yeah. Alcohol. Yeah. It's about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour ride, so we'll have some food and drink, and the goal is to keep it local. We haven't finalized our partners on all that yet, but we've tried a few, and the idea is to keep it local and make it cool.
Huh.
I don't want to give away any of the behind the scenes stuff, but the partners that we have been talking to have been pretty cool.
Into Florida fishing, presented by Hubbard's Marina, and visit St. Pete Clearwater, hosted by Captain Mike Anderson and Captain Dylan Hubbard.
Welcome back, 708 here at the iHeartMedia Empire, the Jarrett Ford Real Animals radio show. We're going to roll into some calls right here. Phone lines are open, 1-800-969-9352. Let's check in with our good friend, Lines of Liberty, the man himself, Captain Gino Hammond. Gino, how are you, my friend?
Fellas, man, I am so happy and excited this morning.
Good. What you got?
Finally got a break in the weather.
Yeah, right.
Amen to that.
Right.
I thought he was going to say he was on vacation somewhere crazy again.
Right.
I know. I always call you on an island somewhere. Sorry, Dylan.
Yeah.
But I do that. I don't do that. Yeah, I do it to rub it in. So.
I thought I was about to say, what else do you do it for?
Right. Yeah, we're running and gunning up here. We finally got Liberty 1 back in the water. We're running so hard up here, we burned up a starter. unbelievable. So,
wow. Okay.
Always
yeah,
something.
it's floating again, and we're going to be running and chasing redfish and trout around. It's going to be fun.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be fun.
There's a bunch of redfish and trout around.
I didn't fish this week, but I was up in Atlanta, and I got to have a personal dinner with DDP himself. It was amazing. Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh,
wow. Remember him?
Yeah, of course. Wow.
The guy's like 74 years old and in better shape than all of us. He's amazing. He's an amazing dude.
Good for him.
That's awesome.
Good for him.
Yep. So we're back in town and running, and gotta keep an eye on all of our socials and Lines of Liberty. I'm going to have a Captain Gino Halloween birthday bash at the end of October to try to get yeah, it's going to be fun. I got the Bearded Brothers coming out, full band, if you've heard them.
Nice.
Yeah, we might need a bigger venue because initially it's planned for the Gulf Harbors Yacht Club right now. It's not very big.
Well, and you're Gene Hammond. It's your birthday. So there could be
ever heard of him?
There could be a
You
lot.
ever heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of him. He's a stud. Does great things for veterans. He's a good man.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna raise some more money for Lines of Liberty. Try to get we need a trailer sponsor. We got to have a trailer. I have to beg, borrow, and steal for when stuff like this happens. I gotta beg, borrow, and steal to get the boat out of the water. So we need a trailer and some other things and operating costs. And starters aren't cheap. So
no doubt.
We appreciate you and your platform. It helps out quite a bit. So
We're here for you, brother.
appreciate
Tell
you,
everybody
man.
how they can find you.
Yeah, look us up at linesofliberty.org or CaptainGeneHammond.com. You know how to find me.
You're the man. We appreciate you, Gino. Always good to hear your voice, my friend.
All right, have a good one. Let's go fishing.
All right, partner. Good stuff
See you,
there.
buddy.
Love, love, love doing those that do things for our veterans.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing right there.
Amen.
Let's get our Visit St. Pete Clearwater Safe Boating Tip of the Week here. Captain Jim Fogel joins us, Coast Guard Captain Extraordinaire. What's up, buddy?
Good morning. Hey, guys. Nice and calm, peaceful looking out there. Hope it hangs that way all day.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
One can hope and dream, but it won't.
Yeah. First of all, I got some kind of negative here. 5 of 9 Louisiana residents contracted at nasty flesh-eating bacteria, and 5 out of the 9 died this year, reflecting a steady increase in infection rate and severity. I think Florida's only had 1 die that I could find. But, it's called necrotizing fasciitis, or flesh-eating disease. Severe bacteria infection leads to the death of soft tissue in the body. It spreads rapidly, requires immediate medical attention if you think you are getting it. It's not going to attack you the moment you stick your finger with something, but it's going to come on fast. So if you're out there and especially in shallow, hot water, it's there's some possibility that you could get it from there. So if you nick yourself, which we usually all do when we're fishing sometime during the day, get that thing cleaned up. Use some of that Clorox and water will work. But get it cleaned up. And when you get home, make sure you scrub really good. And if it starts getting red and puffy, get yourself to the ER real quick.
Yeah, don't wait.
Good news. I think this happened Thursday. Pinellas County Sheriff's Office alerted Sector St. Pete that there was a 22-foot disabled bow rider near the Skyway. And it was, of course, during the storm. And so the people, I think there were 3 of them, 2 people on board. They needed blankets and getting checked out because they were cold and wet. That was, of course, during a storm. And Hillsborough County arrived, also helped assist and safely towed the vessel back to the Marina. Coast Guard Auxiliary and Captain Mike and Captain Dylan are always telling you, pay attention to the weather all day.
All day.
Yeah.
Just because it's beautiful right this minute doesn't mean that, the hounds of hell couldn't be dropping in another 2 hours if you're out there.
And what's really crazy, too, to emphasize that point, Captain Jim, is especially the last week and a half or so, you can look at the weather, see what's forecasted, look at the advanced radar, have a really good understanding of when that weather's going to come in, and then you could look again 30 minutes later, and it's completely changed.
That's so true. Yeah. And there's a saying, you know, if you don't like the weather in Florida, wait 30 minutes and it'll change.
Wait 10 minutes.
It's really, really about this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
This is the time of year when I think it changes the quickest.
Yeah.
It really flies.
I think that's like that all year personally. But you're right. Lately, especially the last week, it's been crazy.
Well, and what else is interesting, too, when we're talking about the weather is, and I had a perfect example of this on Monday, the storms looked like they were to the north of us, okay? Not that they were going to miss St. Pete, but they were north of the Skyway Bridge where I was fishing. By the time we picked up, we could see rain coming. I ran south thinking, okay, it's coming on shore here north of Bradenton, north of, right? I mean, it is. It's coming on shore to the north of us. We watched it, and it literally went across the bay, headed east, and then for some reason it hugged the bay and then started coming south. I'm like, boys, we got to go. Now, when you left and Pinellas County looked horrible, Pinellas County looked good, and there towards Riverview, Ruskin, all that stuff looked bad. I'm like, okay, we're just switching gears. We ran across the bay, caught some fish, and then I ran up back towards.
Yeah. And that's the frustrating part. It's like I spend a lot of money on weather technology and weather software and a lot of high-end weather stuff, and I'm trying to learn how to better utilize it. But even with the best tools and the best modeling and the most in-depth radar, you can see where the storms are going. You can find the direction. You can see where the lightning strikes are, but it does not preclude the storm from forming. And that's the challenge is you see, all right, this thunderhead is 10 miles away. It's moving at 6 miles an hour. I know exactly when it's going to be here because I'm looking at the radar. This isn't a forecast. Like, you've got solid information. But then all of a sudden, it forms a whole new cloud that wasn't on the radar before, and now you're screwed because it cut you off from your direction you were going. 100%. So that's the challenge.
I also remember that, you know, that lightning, just because it looks like it's over there in Tampa, doesn't mean it can't whack you over here in St. Pete.
Really far away.
You know, there's all kinds of tests and statistics that show that, you know, lightning can jump 10, 12 miles.
You want to hear a funny story about lightning? My family, I was, what was that? It must have been Friday. I forget what day it was, but this past week, my wife and kids showed up at the Marina. I'm busy at work. They didn't tell me they were coming, just surprise walked in. My wife met some of her friends, and they were just playing tourists walking around Johns Pass. Well, I told them, I was like, if you guys decide you want to go out in the boat, let me know. So I'm busy bouncing in and out of meetings, and I get a text from the captain of our dolphin boat, kind of like a panic in his voice. He's like, dude, I got to come home. There's lightning. It's getting a little too close. And I was like, oh, okay. This is kind of odd. Normally, he would have just made this decision. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm calling you because your kids are on the boat. And I was like, what? So my wife had decided to take her friends and get on the dolphin boat, unbeknownst to me. And this storm had just really popped up, much like we're talking about now. We knew the weather was coming. We knew what time it was coming, but all of a sudden a big storm popped up. So he calls, and they come home early, and I hear later that day, everybody's laughing. My son apparently, lightning struck like pretty close, not really close, but it was visible.
Close enough,
and he could see it. And he stands up in the middle of the aisle on this dolphin boat filled with 40 tourists. He was like, that's lightning. And we're on an aluminum boat in the middle of the bay. We're all going to die. At the top of his lungs.
Nice.
So my wife's like, shh.
Wow.
He's like, I know, because my dad told me.
It's going to be a couple of more years before he's a spokesman.
Yeah. We got to work on his branding. That was pretty funny. But he knew. There's lightning around. Get off the water.
Yeah. There we go. Maybe we can use him, you know.
Pay attention.
On tape.
Pay attention out there for sure. Pay attention. Great job, Jim Fogle. We appreciate you, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate the time. For the Coast Guard Auxiliary in St. Pete, Jim Fogle. Be safe out there.
Thanks, buddy.
That is brought to you by our good friends at Visit St. Pete Clearwater. Good stuff right there for sure. Good stuff.
Yes, sir. Can't beat it.
Yeah. How long we're gonna have to get Jack in on the radio show?
That boy is a wild ball. Like, you worry about losing the show in the FCC, he'll do it. He'll do it. He says things sometimes. I'm like just blown away. It's crazy.
We'll put him and Mahoney on the air together and see what happens.
Yeah, he uses strange words out of. Yeah, it's wild.
No, we're calling them strange words. That's what we're calling them.
Yeah, he's got a very wide vocabulary, very verbose, and he'll just start throwing stuff. Like the other day, he used diabolical in a sentence. He'll catch you off guard, man. You gotta stay on your toes around Jack.
Nice. Go figure. We got another wild card Hubbard on the way.
Oh yeah.
Very interesting. Phone lines are open here. 1-800-969-9352. Again, it's the Jarrett Ford Real Animals Radio Show. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Benny Jr. with Bartow Ford. Everyone has heard me speak about going the wrong way. But let me be clear. The wrong way means the wrong way of doing business. This includes gimmicks, games, and unfulfilled promises. Tactics you will never ever find at Bartow Ford. For over 73 years, we've been doing...
Yeah, Jack's been really funny lately. He's really gotten into tools. So, my whole toolbox is just all over the house. Yeah. But he'll take his sister's toys and then just totally disassemble them. Take all the screws out, totally take all the pieces apart. He'll lay them in a pile, and then he'll put it all back together. And he'll spend hours, just working on something. But, most of the time, he's, sees something shiny, and he's gone. He can't focus. Yeah. But when he's got tools in his hand and he's, working on a project, he's focused, locked in. It's really funny. He's got his own drill. Charges it in his room. Yeah. We have a little, playground thing out back that they've been playing on since they were real young. And now it's, totally different. My wife will take them to Home Depot and, go to the wood scrap section, and she'll just buy a bunch of scrap wood for him and bring it home. And he's got all these screws and nails in the backyard, and he's just constantly adding to this playground. It's really funny.
That's great.
Yeah, he's funny. Big into construction.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was totally on board for the tractor talk. So, what time is that Gator Jim's event today?
10.
That's good.
Give me time to get down there and get set up.
You're going to go straight there, I assume.
Yeah. Yep. Dinner with the kids tonight. See the kids and the grandkids.
Nice. Where are you guys going?
Uncle Fats.
Uncle Fats?
Oh, man. You've never been to Uncle Fats, dude.
No. What a name.
Bro, it's a dive.
Nice.
And it's phenomenal.
Good burgers, I assume.
It's in a shopping plaza with a laundromat next door and a blood donation place.
That's how you know it's good.
Not in the most elite part of town, but Uncle Fats rocks. Chicken wings, ice cold beer. They do incredible sandwiches. They do great service. I mean, you want to try to get out of there before karaoke starts because they don't have a crew of really great karaoke people.
We went to Wahoo's on the beach the other day, and they had really good wings in there, but they added a new thing to their menu. It's these ahi tuna nachos, and Hogfish Grill down in the Keys in Key West. They have nachos like that, and it's so good. These were as good, if not better.
Boca Grande Marina down there, the old Miller's Marina down in Charlotte Harbor. They have ahi tuna nachos.
Yeah. These at Wahoo were absolutely insane.
Nice. I'll keep that in mind. I like tuna nachos. I like tuna nachos.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back. You know, it's rainy season now, right? Obviously, the cloud cover has been extreme here lately. We've been telling you this is coming. Hopefully, if you needed them, you already called them. If not, Affordable Roofing System. Shingle, metal, tile, flat roofs, repairs, replacements. They do it all, and they do it as good as anyone else in the Bay Area. Integrity, respect, honesty, those things you're looking for in a contractor, that's what you get with David Torres and the people at Affordable Roofing Systems.
Amen.
Give them a call today at 1-888-397-ROOF. Get you a free estimate or visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com. Great people over there. Dylan had his roof done by them. Big Ben Marshall, Captain Ben had his roof done by them. They did repairs on my roof after the storms last year. Again, just first-class people doing things the right way, which is what you're looking for when you're looking for a contractor.
Yeah.
We got Will Jarrett joining us here on the other side of the bottom of the hour here. Looking forward to introducing you guys to him. Absolutely blown away so far by the people I've talked to and dealt with at Jarrett Ford. Just really, really good people, Florida people. I think this is going to be a great partnership, and I'm super excited about it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't beat sticking with Fords for sure.
We're Ford guys. We're Ford guys. It's kind of
hard
how it
to
works.
beat.
Real Animals Junior Pro Staff, the award ceremony again today, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Gator Gyms Fishing Tackle, 3301 Pinellas Point Drive. Come on down there. Again, we're going to award $10,000 in scholarship money courtesy of CCA Florida and Yamaha Outboards. I've got Bull Bay rods, Engel coolers, Gator Gyms gift certificates to give away, as well as prizes for our 6 divisions. Always excited for today. Just always great to see the kiddos and meet the kiddos. And it's weird now. We've been doing it long enough that now the kids, you're starting to lose some kids.
Yeah, they're aging out.
Yeah, they're aging out. Yeah,
like Henry.
So it's kind of weird. Yeah, like Henry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little different.
Yeah,
but pretty cool.
You've been at it a minute.
Too long, apparently. For sure.
I'm glad you were picking up what I was putting down there.
I got you, buddy. Let me go ahead and just stab it so you don't have to. Phone lines are still open here, 1-800-969-9352.
So we've talked a lot about redfish inshore today. What about the snook? Are you finding snook? Are you chasing snook? Or you seem too focused on these redfish?
We talked about this yesterday on the trip. The snook bite's been off.
Yeah.
I think it's off. And so did Captain
You've
John.
been saying that all year.
Yeah, it's been off.
Yeah, just bad snook bite this year.
The longer I do this, the more I think it's cyclical.
Yeah,
okay?
Everything.
Well, I mean,
fisheries.
You look at the last 2 years, year and a half, 2 years, and it's been redfish heavy. It's been trout heavy. The trout bite really, really went bonkers this year, which really helped us out. But for a couple of years there before that, it was snook heavy.
Mm-hmm.
The redfish really weren't thick. We were struggling to find big schools. The trout bite was almost non-existent. Again, CCA Florida, what they did with Duke Energy and that redfish restocking program cannot be. It should be screamed from the top of the mountain. Big thanks to CCA Florida and Duke Energy for what they did, because the entire west coast of Florida, not just here in Tampa Bay, not just in Clearwater, not just in Sarasota Bay, but the entire west coast of Florida has felt over the last couple of years this resurgence of our red fishery, and it's good to see. There's a big push. Our good friend Captain Rhett Morris down in Charlotte Harbor there, fishes out of Burnt Store area. If you see him on your social media, make sure you stop. He's out there preaching right now to get FWC management to start to pay attention to some of these size limits that we have inshore and make some changes. We pushed to try to get these changes made before they opened redfish, snook, and trout, you know, after the horrible red tides we had, and we got, of course, nowhere. I think it would make a huge difference in our fishing if they would change some of their, you know, measurements right now.
And what's also interesting that they have going on, when I opened YouTube this morning to do the stream, Salt Strong did a podcast about it. So if you're interested, you could look up the Salt Strong podcast on this. But the Blue Corridor, they did the wildlife corridor a couple weeks ago when you weren't here. We were talking a lot about it with Darlene Schumann from Salt Strong. But they're starting that $15 million they've got already to start this Blue Corridor. They did the Wildlife Corridor, which is a terrestrial project that they did on land that was like creating basically interstate systems for wildlife to move up and down the state. Now they're starting this Blue Corridor, which is going to really enhance artificial reef systems, and it's supposed to be connected around the state. So it'll be pretty interesting. That should help.
Love that stuff. Love that stuff. Phone lines here are open, 1-800-969-9352. We got Will Jarrett from Jarrett Automotive Group going to be our guest here on the other side. We're going to be talking to him, introducing our new title sponsor. And again, hopefully we'll hear from you as well. We'll be back.
From the local Lexus dealers, WFLA News Desk. News Radio WFLA. Guaranteed humor.
Autistic boy has drowned in a retention pond in Hillsborough County. Sheriff Chad Chronister says the boy disappeared from his apartment after his father fell asleep. Chronister spoke to the child's grandmother.
Is there a message that we can put out here today?
That's the nightmare, man. How do you recover?
I don't have any idea.
What?
Getting a date for Jim Thompson.
Yeah, I turned up the volume, so hopefully that's better. Capt Mike said it was a little too low on the live stream.
Ray Markham?
Yeah.
You can't trust that. Ray can't hear nothing. He's old. Love you, Ray. I'm just kidding, buddy.
You're not far behind him there, tough guy.
I'm not. You're right. That's a fact. That is 100% true statement right there. On his heels. I feel it every day.
And they're talking about a kid drowning over here, too.
Is that a different one?
I don't know.
Might be the same one.
terrible.
It's not good. Anytime something happens to a kid, man, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same one.
Yeah, that's a different kid drowning because they're talking about drowning in a pond. This the one we just heard on the radio was a pool.
Oh, really? Have you been watching Lioness?
The new episodes for the new season, I have not. I'm gonna wait till a few more out. I don't like watching one episode at a time. That drives me nuts. Especially that show because they always hang on a end on a cliffhanger. I like once the season's like halfway out, then I'll start watching it.
I got you.
The first season of Lioness was so good. The second season, I hope the third season is more like the first.
I like the.
She's a great actress too.
Any show that has lots of night vision in it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like was in the first episode, the special ops guys were like shooting way more than special ops guys shoot.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a boop, boop. They
Yeah.
hit them dudes right in the head, bro. Them boys don't miss, bro.
Yeah.
They're not wasting ammo. on
Double
this
tap,
trip.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
double.
a triple.
Yeah, not
But
very often.
No, a full auto.
No way, dude. So I told Beth right away, I'm like, them boys don't miss.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back here, 7:35 at the iHeartMedia Empire, the Jarrett Ford Real Animals Radio Show as promised. Super excited to get the opportunity to introduce everyone to our newest partner here. Again, Jarrett Ford is the title sponsor of our Saturday morning show here. Also partnered with me on the TV side, so looking to do a bunch of great things here with Jarrett Ford as we move forward. Will Jarrett joins us. Will, how are you this morning, my friend?
Doing great, Captain. How are y'all doing?
And you know what? We're talking fishing. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, so things are good.
Yeah, weather's finally looking better too.
Yeah, things are good. So super excited. Go ahead.
No, I was saying thank you so much for having us on the program. We're really excited about this partnership. Joining somebody as trusted as you are in the community, we're really excited about doing great things together.
Yeah, I was really excited when this whole thing came together. Captain Dylan Hubbard here, my partner here on the show. Him and I both big Ford guys.
Big time.
Big time Ford guys. So it was just a perfect fit, a great landing spot. Your enthusiasm for this partnership has me super fired up. I can't wait to see all the great things we're going to do together here. Will you give us a little breakdown? I mean, we talked a little bit the other day. You guys have been in the automotive business here in the Tampa Bay area for quite some time.
That's correct. No, we've been in the Ford dealer business for about 48 years now. My family's been here for over 100 years. So community in Central Florida is really important to us. My dad always said, take care of the community, and the community will take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
As a business owner here for a long time in the Bay Area, I always said it's important to win your backyard. You know, the good things will happen, but if you can't win your backyard as a company, then that's not a good sign. So that's super excited. How many Ford dealerships are in the Jarrett Auto Group?
We've got 6 Ford rooftops, and I can't remember a time when we've had more inventory in the lot than we do right now. But we've got locations in Davenport, Winter Haven, Dade City, Plant City, Avon Park, and down in Port Charlotte by Charlotte's Pass.
Nice.
So if you guys are looking for any sales or service around the area, we've got you covered.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, there's no doubt. And then we've got, is it too early, or can we talk about the new Ford store? I know it's coming down the road. Are we actually talking about that yet? If we're not, it's okay.
Oh, absolutely.
But I thought we would be.
We're going to have one of the first of the new designs for what a new Ford dealership will look like at our Winter Haven location where I'm at. So
nice.
If anybody's in Winter Haven and wants to come see me, we'll have that up and running in the next 18 calendar months.
Yeah, brand new state-of-the-art
Let's do an
dealership
event
going
there.
anywhere. We've already discussed events there for sure. Plus Plant City, it's interesting to me. Just years ago, Beth and I bought a vehicle there, you know, and then come full circle here, you know, years later, you're, you know, partnered with Jarrett Ford. So super
That's where
excited.
Travis lives too.
Yeah.
It'd be easy. I've heard so many good things about all the good stuff they got going on over there.
It's funny, Will, because I put our logo out. Caleb got me the logo this week, so I put it out on social media, kind of did a formal social media announcement of our partnership, and my phone just went crazy. I was getting text messages from guys I play ball with, you know, guys I've fished with, guys I've fished against, and they're like, dude, we love Jarrett Ford. That's so cool. That's where you ended up. So I'm super excited for this. I think that, you know, to me, it's about that. And you've, ever since our first conversations, the way you've talked about community and taking care of people and service, for me, it's a real easy brand to send people to. So super excited to be a part of it, and can't wait to see all the cool things we're going to do here, my friend.
Absolutely. More to come for sure. And I'm just so thankful to be partnered with somebody that cares about Florida and the people around here as much as I do.
Yes, sir. Well, we look forward to it. Have a great day out there. Are you at the dealership today?
Yes, sir. I'm there 6 days a week. Come on by.
Okay. Well, and I'm going to come by there and see you here too, my friend.
I want to try one of those Roush Stage 3 Mustangs. That's what I want to just take for a spin.
I think everybody wants to take one of those for a spin.
Yeah.
No
the
doubt.
GT 500 is pretty bad to the bone.
No doubt. All right. Well, have a great day, my friend. Good luck out there at the dealership today. Keep doing the great things you're doing, and thank you so much for partnering with us. We're looking forward to it.
Thank y'all so much. Have a great weekend, guys.
You too, buddy.
Yeah,
Love
see,
it.
Ford has more than just trucks. They do have Mustangs.
Do. Yes, they do. They've got some great. I was always a Mustang guy too. I had a Mustang GT long time ago.
I never had a Mustang. My father knew better.
Yeah.
I went to get my first car. He was like, well, you save up, and had to buy my first car. Then I had enough money saved up, went to buy the car, and he was like, no, you can't buy that car.
Absolutely not.
I'm like, what? This is my money. You told me I have to buy my own car. Why can't I get what I want? No, very strict rules.
Yes.
And he didn't want me to have a V8, so I was purposely trying to find cars that were like sleepers, that were race cars, but didn't have a V8. Yeah, that didn't go over well. He saw right through that facade. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I get it.
Can't pull one past
I
Mount
got in a little
Hubbard.
bit of trouble in mine when I got mine. I was still pretty young. I was just coming back from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I actually ordered it about 6 months before I was supposed to get back in the States. Kind of started paying on it early. Picked up a brand new Mustang GT in Philadelphia after I landed coming in from Europe. And, it was probably a good thing that it finally needed to go away. Yeah.
I ended up getting one over because I was trying to buy an F-150, but they were expensive, and trying to find the right F-150 I wanted, it was more money. So I ended up buying an older BMW. But the year that I bought, it was a 95. They didn't ship an M5 from Germany that year. So the 540i had the same VIN number as an M5. So it had like almost 300 horsepower. It was bad to the bone.
So hold on, the Mustang was no good, but the BMW was okay?
It was, got it past him. I think I just wore him down. I think that's what it was. After so many attempts, he finally just eased off for a second, and I slid in there. Yeah, it was awesome. It was really fast.
I'm not a big car guy, but I've always wanted.
I'm a big car guy, but I just don't fit in them.
That's my problem.
I had the appreciation for it.
I do too. And I probably didn't say that right. I've always been, like, if I had, throwaway money, I call it, just stupid money.
Disposable income.
Yeah, lots of disposable income and a place to keep it, because if you buy a brand new Roush or, Cobra or something, you need to keep it inside.
And that's what's cool about those Mustangs, is that's a really bad to the bone sports car that you and I could still fit into.
We can fit, yeah. Yeah, but you're going to crawl a little in and out of it.
My friend in high school, he worked for a guy who had like an amazing car collection, and he had that Stage 3 GT 500 Roush. Like, it was bad to the bone. And like you had to start in like third gear, and you'd still white smoke the tires.
Yeah.
Like, the first gear was like a quarter second long. It was crazy.
I got to drive. I had a buddy of mine that bought a Mustang Saline, and we were actually at softball practice when he pulled into practice. And I remember being in the outfield, and I dropped my glove. I ran to the outfield fence. I jumped over the fence, and I walked up. I said, I've never asked you for anything. I have to drive that car.
Yeah.
And he's like, go nuts. And so I drove it around the block a couple times, we were inside Tampa. So, there was quite a bit of traffic. And, of course, I didn't want to do anything to this car because I definitely couldn't afford the car. And I pulled back in there, and he was like, well, did you open it up? I'm like, no. He goes, you didn't? I go, no. I actually enjoyed just sitting at the light, hearing the grumble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I didn't need to open it up. I know it's fast. There's no doubt in my mind.
One of our guests is really big into Corvettes, and he had a ZR1. And he was like, oh, you want to take it for a spin? I was like, yes.
Yes.
And, dude, I spent probably 15 minutes trying to climb into this thing. I gave up.
So low to the ground.
There was no shot. I couldn't get my foot positioned right. Like, I could hit the gas, but not the brake. And I felt like that was a problem.
That's dangerous. That could be an issue.
Yeah.
But super excited. Jarrett Ford, just rave reviews from everyone I've talked to, and I am super excited to be a part of it. Will Jarrett and the team over there really, really seem to be grounded, family-oriented, into the community. I think that's so important, Florida.
It's funny.
Florida
it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It's still important. You got to get back, stay connected to the community, treat your people right.
Well, like you said, you're trying to, if you don't own your own community, if you can't win your backyard, it's trouble. They've got a lot of dealerships, a lot of coverage. It just was a really, really good fit for us. So I am super excited about it. Can't wait to get to work for them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. And I'm anxious for this week. The new moon is upon us. That redfish bite is going to be really, really good. We had Captain Van Hubbard on talking about it as well. I think we're going to get, based on what I saw this week, I think we're going to get a push of several schools of redfish are going to dump into the mouth of Tampa Bay, and it's going to get real interesting. And it won't be long before they run up the bay. The way we're getting fresh water dumped on us, those fish love to put their nose into that fresh water and run up the bay. So that fishing's just going to get better and better up the bay as we move into September. So
redfish, bigger redfish returning. Schools are starting to show up, and they're going to be heading up the bay.
Yeah. Well, once they'll settle in, we'll have them for a week or two, maybe 3 weeks down south, and then they'll start to slowly move. What happens is you get those as they show up on a moon, and then you have them at least till the next moon. If you get lucky, they'll hang out a little longer. But when you get them big pushes of water that you do on the moon, that's what moves those fish around. They don't have to work as hard.
Yeah.
On a huge incoming tide, the fish can get in that tide in the shipping channel and just ride the tide. They don't have to do a bunch of work.
Yeah.
It's like that crazy little, walking thing at the airport, right? Where you can
Conveyor
stand,
belt.
whatever it's called. You just stand on the thing and it just kind of cruises you along. Same thing for a fish. They can dump into that tide and it just takes them where they want to go. And they're like, oh, hey, okay, we're up on another flat. We can just go over here and get something to eat now.
Like Finding Nemo and the EAC.
Right. I mean, it doesn't it make sense?
Yeah,
I mean,
it makes sense.
That's what moves them around. It's one of those things that just the longer you spend time on the water, the more you figure out those moon phases are just massive. We get big fish movements. Your fishing's always better around the moon because those fish are traveling. They're burning calories. They're eating good. Just the way it works.
Yeah.
So very exciting. And I'm excited about today. The Real Animals Junior Pro Staff Awards Ceremony. Super excited about it. Can't wait.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, can't wait to get that rolling.
Yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day for Real Animals.
Beautiful day.
And we finally got a week of some beautiful weather ahead. We got the new moon. Incoming tide's going to be good. Night fishing. We haven't talked about that at all. New moon, that nighttime bite, that was my passion, inshore fishing, when I was coming up and had a little inshore boat. And night fishing was always my favorite. And, man, around these new moons, the bait concentrates, the fish get really, really frisky. It's still a little cooler. Man, it should be epic.
It'll really, really be good. But think about this. That fishing when you're not on the moon, when the bite's just a little bit tougher, right? Those tides aren't great. If you really want to catch fish during those phases of the moon, fish at night.
Yeah.
The water temps are down. The fish are more active. Fish are nocturnal feeders by nature. Okay? And we have such an incredible system here with the Intercoastal Waterway. All those dock lights that those homeowners are blessing you with.
Yeah.
I mean, they create tons of opportunity. Here's something else, and it's something I put in the Florida Insider Fishing Report that we don't talk about too. Late season tarpon fishing.
Mm-hmm.
The late season tarpon bite in our river systems, the Hillsborough, the Alafai, and the Palm River especially. I'm sure the Manatee River and the Little Manatee as well, but for me personally, I've done more of it in the Hillsborough, the Palm, and the Alafai River.
Yeah.
That late season tarpon bite for that 15, 18, 20-pound tarpon all the way up to those 50-pounders can be spectacular this time of year. And a lot of guys and gals don't do it, so those fish don't get a lot of pressure. Take some time and get up those systems, especially on those windy days. You're like, man, it's going to be windy. We can't go fishing. Target them rivers a little bit and get up them rivers and fish some of that structure up there. There's a lot of times this time of year, there's bait right at the mouths of the rivers. You can load up on bait. You can try live bait. But here's the other thing. That, to me, this time of year especially, those fish are more active than the big behemoths, and they'll eat artificials. You can catch them on
They're going to be
artificials.
more active up in the river systems,
especially after the rains. If you can fish
little-
that after a
little cold
rain,
influx.
yeah, well, and runoff. You know, just like a bass lake where they're feeding on that runoff, same thing. Those fish can be really, really a blast.
Yeah, those little micro tarpon are so acrobatic as well.
And micro, I wouldn't say we see that many micros up there. I'm sure there are some places, but 20-pound tarpon's not really a micro.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not your little guy. I got to do some of that little guy fishing last year in season 20 down there in the Keys, and they're really little and they're magical. Those little ones are like popcorn.
It was
but they
like
fly
20
everywhere.
to 40 inch
20,
fish.
40, 50
Yeah.
inch. They are perfect.
Yeah,
Still
so
use
much fun.
semi-light tackle. You don't have to get too heavy, And I caught a bunch of them back in the day when I was running a lot of trips up that way. We caught a lot of them just on corks, floating whitebait. The next thing you know, you just get pounded.
And you see them on the dock lights, too. You think it's a snook hanging out on the edge of that light, and all of a sudden, once it gets hooked, it starts doing backflips. And you're like, oh, cool.
Super cool fishery up those rivers this time of year, and a great place you can hide from the weather. If you do have a windy day, you can hide. If a storm does come, a lot of our rivers have restaurant and bars right on the water. You can slide in a place, get you a burger and get back on the water once that rain blows through. So
I like this idea.
Little river
That plan
opportunity.
sounds good to me.
Little river opportunity.
Little burger.
One little segment left here. We're wrapping things up on the other side. The Jarrett Ford Real Animals Radio Show. We'll be back.
For over 20 years, Ace Heating and Cooling has been the name you can trust in the heating and air conditioning business in Hillsborough County. Chris Myers and his guys service all brands, and they do There we go. Mike is back on. At least one. I saw them blinking. I figured they were low battery, but thought we'd get through the show. Apparently not.
Big John was on hold there, but I think he was on hold just to listen, I think.
Yeah.
That's where I left him anyway.
Yeah, he calls just to listen, I think. Plus, it would be too hard to squeeze him in that small segment.
Super excited about the Jarrett Ford thing. I think they're going to be a good fit.
Yeah. Seems that way. Test. Yeah, we're back. John said the bite was really good this morning, and John's pass wasn't hardly any bait fish. When there's a ton of glass minnows around, they're harder to catch. Yeah. Seems like when the glass minnows are super thick like that, it's like, why would they get away from that all-you-can-eat buffet to eat something else? It's really hard to toss a nice big shrimp in there and they just kind of watch it go by them. Hard to throw out a glass minnow on a hook, that's for sure. You can tie flies that look like glass minnows.
Oh, yeah.
Fly fishing.
For them little coons?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Wrapping things up here this morning, OCC Roadhouse, always the fourth Tuesday of the month. The Real Animals Fishing Conversation there at OCC Roadhouse. Tuesday, August 25th, 7 to 9 p.m. Captain Tommy Larange will join me. We're going to be talking offshore and inshore fishing, taking your questions. Got some goodies to give away as always. Ingle Coolers, Bull Bay Rods, Real Animal Swag. Make sure you put that in your calendar. Also, if you love to fish tournaments, we got some great ones coming up here in September. We got Saturday, September 12th, the Captain Billy Nobles Memorial Fishing Tournament up there in Apollo Beach. Going to be a really, really good event. Great cause. As a lot of you know what Billy means to real animals and to me personally.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun event. And then the CCA All Release Challenge. It is the Captain Richard Seward CCA All Release Challenge. That's another guy who means a great deal to me. Lost some great people in my life here the last few years, unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure.
September 25th and 26th out of Tampa Bay Watch. That's always a great tournament. They actually, I think they're doing a guided division in that tournament now as well.
Nice.
So you've got the opportunity to fish with a guide. You've got an artificial division. They've got kids divisions, ladies divisions. It's a great, great tournament. All release stuff. It's really, really good. Plus, great opportunity to become a member of CCA Florida, which we know how important that is. So good stuff for sure.
That sounds like fun. The Billy Nobles tournament, is that going to be inshore or offshore or both?
I think it's inshore only, if I'm not mistaken, but they might have an offshore division. We'll have to get...
I put you on the spot there. Sorry.
Yeah, you did. No, it's okay. I should know the answer to that, and I don't, so that's my fault.
That's out of Finn's Fishing Club, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Billy's haunt.
Yeah.
I loved going over
Apollo
there.
Beach, that's Billy's area.
He would sit on that little balcony and heckle me. I loved it.
He heckled everyone.
Yeah,
yes.
Good dude.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fond memories.
Big shout out to Jason Behringer for making this hideous radio program possible. I want to thank everybody who joined us on the Real Animals Hubbard's Marina Facebook pages and the Hubbard's YouTube channel as well.
Amen to that. It was always a good time hanging out with you, that's for sure. And don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. Get out there and enjoy this beautiful weather, and come see us in Johns Pass.
Go to Friendly Fisherman Restaurant. I've been telling you about it. Captain's Platter's phenomenal.
And if you're too busy to go fishing, you can always stop by the seafood market, grab some fresh seafood today. We got pirate ships, ghost tours, launched a new breakfast cruise. Got a lot going on down there.
Great place. Also, tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m., the T.M. Mahoney Company Real Animals radio show over on 95.7 WDAE and AM 620. I think we got the whole band together over there tomorrow morning as well. That's always entertaining. We can ask Mr. Mahoney about his parfait. Yeah, which one he really...
I can't believe Mahoney went to a restaurant and ordered a parfait. That's big breaking news.
I'm gonna need Mark, his son, to stay on the video button on his phone. Next time we can get that on the video, bro. Talk about going viral.
Yeah, for real.
We can go viral with that. Can you imagine Mahoney with like parfait all over his goatee?
I wondered when he ordered it, did he ask for gluten-free granola?
He might have. He's got to say good stuff.
We lost him.
Tight lines, everybody. Have a great weekend. Again, 10 a.m. Gator Gyms, Real Animals Junior Pro Staff Award Ceremony. Hope to see everybody there. Have a great weekend. Tight lines. We're out.
This program was paid for by Real Animals Fishing.
Yeah, Mahoney and his parfaits, man. That's crazy. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Hopefully we'll see some of you guys today at Gator Gyms. Hopefully we'll see you sometime soon inside John's Pass. Don't forget, we've got a live show tomorrow night. Forgot to talk about that during the show like a goofball, but yep, live show tomorrow night. Got chances to win $1,500 in free trips. All you have to do is tune in and join us. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night for that live stream show at 7:30 p.m. every second Sunday of the month. And I forgot, I should have asked you this week if you wanted to come join so you could see the studio.
I know it. Yeah. We talked about that too.
Yeah. One of these days.
One of these days.
Hopefully you guys have a good day.
Put me on the spot. You know how he gets.
I know. I'm just right under the bus, right on the spot, you know.
Sunday night's a big grilling night at the Anderson household.
There you go. Well, sometime during the week. We'll figure it out. You guys have a great day. Thanks for being a part of our Real Animals family. We'll see you tomorrow night for the live show, tomorrow morning for Real Animals Sunday, and next week for another episode.
I got to wear sleeves now because Dylan's been going with the
You're the one who keeps wearing sleeveless shirts.
I gotta go sleeves now. I'm embarrassed. Look at the size of them things, bro. Can't even see me hardly with them big guns in the show right here. What the hell?
See you guys.
A search warrant at the home of one of the teens found makeshift handcuffs, handwritten notes and diagrams on constructing weapons and bombs, manifesto-style books, and a tactical vest with white supremacy drawings. Cyclosporizis cases continue.